From a young age, the pressure of being a generational talent has always weighed on him. Now that he's finally arrived to the NHL, Connor Bedard has definitely delivered on those expectations, and we can't get enough of him. Here are 20 things you didn't know about Connor Bedard. He was named the future of hockey at age 13. Connor Bedard first received international attention when he was interviewed by the Hockey News at age 13. In the first sentence, the outlet deemed him the future of hockey, a nickname which continues to stick with him. Bedard was playing for the West Van Hockey Academy at the time of the interview. The article goes on to list his accomplishments during that season, one of them being that he had 5 consecutive hat tricks and 33 goals in just 14 games played. Connor's grandfather. Bedard was always motivated to play for his grandfather, who was his biggest fan until he tragically passed away in a car crash. A car driven by an impaired driver collided head-on with his grandfather's pickup truck. Bedard's parents and the Pats front office kept the news hidden from Connor because he had a game to play hours after the death. After the game, in which Bedard scored 2 goals and added 2 assists, earning the first star of the game in a 6-1 win, the family told Connor about his grandfather's passing. The team booked Connor on a 6 a.m. flight the next day so he could join his family. However, Connor declined. He had a game later that week and intended to be there. He said, "Grandpa would want me to play." 3 nights later, Connor scored an overtime goal to beat the division-leading Brandon Wheat Kings. As his Pats teammate swarmed the ice, Connor pumped his right fist and pointed to the sky. His eyes welled as he spoke about his grandfather to the media via Zoom afterward. "He's definitely who I play for now and will for the rest of my life." Thirsty Instagram models. Social media influencer Brey Hill decided to shoot her shot with Chicago Blackhawk rookie Connor Bedard, posting a photo of herself in a Blackhawks jersey and a red thong with the caption reading, "Hey Connor Bedard." She has 1.8 million followers and nearly 47 million likes on her TikTok account. She also has 1.5 million followers on Instagram. After that post, she took things even further and posted a video on TikTok where she actually pretends that Bedard is her boyfriend. Check it out. Making NHL history. Still very early into his rookie NHL season, Bedard became the youngest NHL player with a 3-point first period since Pierre Turgeon did it in 1987. Bedard is also the youngest player in Blackhawks franchise history with a 3-point game. Additionally, he also joins the list of the youngest players in NHL history with a 4-point game, becoming the highest producing WHL player in 20 years. Concluding the 2022-23 season with 71 goals and 72 assists with 143 points in only 57 games played, Bedard had a season highlighted by a 35-game point streak. He posted twice as many 5+ point outings with 10 as games he was held off the score sheet with 5. His goal total is 21 more than the next closest skater and the most by a WHL player in 24 years. Meanwhile, his 143 points is the highest single season total in 27 years. Exceptional player status. At age 15, Bedard became the first WHL player to be granted exceptional player status to enter the league at an early age. He was the 7th player in Canadian Hockey League history to do so overall, following John Tavares, Aaron Ekblad, Connor McDavid, Sean Day, Joe Veleno, and Shane Wright. The youngest WHL player to score 50 goals. In the 2021-22 season, Connor Bedard had 51 goals, 49 assists for 100 points in 62 games played, becoming the youngest WHL player to score 50 goals in a single season, doing it at the age of 16 years, 9 months, and 1 day old. Glenn Goodall of the Seattle Thunderbirds, who set the previous mark in the 86-87 season, had already turned 17 at the time of his 50th goal. Playing hockey in Hawaii. As a child, Connor Bedard refused to go on family trips to Disneyland because he wanted to stay home and play hockey instead. His family once convinced him to go to Hawaii on the promise that he can bring his hockey stick and inline skates. An employee at the airport remarked it was the first time in 18 years working there that he saw someone bring a hockey stick into Hawaii. The World Junior MVP. At the age of 17, Connor Bedard was a 2-time gold medal winner at the World Junior Championship, including a breakout performance at the 2023 tournament, where he led all skaters in goals with 9, assists with 14, and points with 23. Those totals allowed him to set Team Canada records for points in a single World Junior tournament and post the highest single tournament total by any player at the age of 17 or younger. He was named MVP, Best Forward, and Tournament All-Star at the 2023 tournament. What is his net worth? Connor Bedard has an estimated net worth of $1 million. He has made less than $100,000 per year playing for the Regina Pats in the WHL. However, his entry-level deal with the Blackhawks is worth an average annual value of $4.45 million a year. Therefore, his net worth will significantly increase during his first few years in the NHL. On top of that, he has also signed several endorsement deals with several major companies since being drafted, including Lululemon and Sherwood Hockey. He is incredibly humble. Connor Bedard has been at the forefront of every major hockey conversation for as long as he can remember. All he hears about is how good he is and the expectations of him to be the best player on the ice every single night, and yet he still manages to stay humble and remember that the game is all about the team. For proof, check out this post-gold medal interview on the ice.
I'm not talking about myself right now. We're not talking about me. We just won the biggest tournament in the world. And man, I love this group. I love this country. And this team, or this city right here has been unbelievable.
He's not scared to get hit. Recently, Connor Bedard got absolutely smoked by Dmitry Kulikov during the Panthers' victory over the Chicago Blackhawks, but Bedard didn't seem to be fazed by this hit at all. His team came in to defend him, and Matthew Tkachuk was even throwing in some jabs, and Bedard totally handled it like a pro. Before he was drafted, there was a lot of criticism about Bedard's size and if he can handle the NHL's physical style of play. Well, so far so good. Wayne Gretzky's phone call. When Connor was granted exceptional player status, he received a call from an unknown number, a random number from California, which made him contemplate not answering the call at all. Finally deciding to answer, turns out it was the great one on the other line, and Bedard had no idea how to react. He said, "Then I was stuttering and couldn't really talk. It was definitely one of the cooler things. The call wasn't long at all, it was just a congrats and good luck. It was a quick talk, but anytime you can talk with him, it's pretty special." Playing in Sweden. Before debuting with the Regina Pats, Bedard played a 2-month stint with the HV71 junior club in Sweden. Bedard said it was pretty cool. Not every day do you get to go pretty much across the world. Bedard believed his time in Sweden made him a better overall player, saying, "It's still the same sport, but the way they play, it's just a bit different. Bigger ice surface and more of a puck possession game. There's stuff you can take and put into your game, so it was a good experience for sure." The hype is real. Before Connor Bedard had laced up his skates for a regular season game, the 18-year-old hockey phenom had already caused a surge in the Chicago Blackhawks season ticket sales. He had fans talking about a return to the glory for a team that had fallen on hard times. When he scored the first goal of his career on October 11th, the graphic read, "Chasing greatness, career goals, Gretzky 894, Bedard 1. He's handling it so well," Taylor Hall says. He doesn't seem to be fazed by it, but it can be a little much for him at times. He doesn't say that, but it feels like it. Just before the season began, the NHL announced that Bedard had the game's best-selling jersey since the day he was drafted back in June. His stick flex. Modern day technology has increased the whip on players' sticks, and now NHLers are shooting the puck harder than ever. Bedard uses a 70 stick flex, which is extremely whippy, especially for an NHL player. But he has the unique ability to lean into the puck and throw it in exactly the right location. He rarely misses the net. At times, he will have a shot blocked like all players will, but watch him closely and you will see that almost all Bedard's shots are on target. His shot has been compared to Austin Matthews, and Bedard's release is so deceptive. Let us know in the comments below how many goals you think Connor Bedard will have in his first NHL season. He's never been to a concert. Now, of course, he's still young, and up until now, he's been a little busy trying to get to the NHL. But Connor admits when doing a rapid-fire question series with the NHL that he has never been to a concert before in his life. Can someone hook this kid up with concert tickets? I mean, maybe one of these Instagram models can take him out, and while they're there, maybe they can help with this next fact. Eating fast food. Bedard has never eaten fast food in his life. How do we know this information? Well, his mother Melanie revealed that in an interview on NHL.com. He's never had fast food. He will at some point, but he hasn't eaten McDonald's or anything like that. I think we all know when we eat well how you feel, and then we kind of go off the rails. I think he's just aware of that feeling. On game days, he'll eat chicken, rice, vegetables, shrimp, mashed yams, salmon. I'll get these texts while he's at school that ask, "How about chicken tonight? How about quesadillas?" I mean, I love quesadillas as much as the next guy, but Bedard lives in the States now, which is basically the home of fast food. It's only a matter of time before someone forces him to chow down on a Big Mac. Superstitions. The entire hockey world laughed at Bedard when it seemed as though he had forgotten his stick before his very first ever NHL regular season game. However, this is not the case. Bedard, like many athletes, has his superstitions, one of them being he always leaves his stick standing blade up right outside the locker room so he can grab it on his way out. Someone actually had moved his stick from the spot he left it in, making it look like he forgot to grab it on his way out to his first ever NHL warm-up. His birthday. Connor Bedard was born on July 17, 2005. That's exactly 13 days before the Penguins selected Sidney Crosby with the first overall pick in the 2005 NHL Draft. Bedard went on to idolize Crosby, and in his first ever NHL game, he got to face off against his idol. Making the moment even more memorable, the two went head-to-head at the game's opening faceoff. Thanks for watching our videos. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.